Okay. All right. Good afternoon once again, guys. My name is Alfred, and I am mainly a digital consultant living here in Accra, Ghana. Today, our session is going to be a little bit practical. It's more or less like a workshop style, right? And we're going to go through some basic things. When it comes to building a digital product. This is more or less going to be practical, right? And essentially, all you have to do is just walk through with me, and then we'll be able to go through some of the basic things. I'm not going to share so much about myself. If you would probably want to know more, you can just check out my website, alfredincancer.com. I'm more or less a digital creator and also a digital consultant. I specialize in web design, also into software design and stuff like that, right? In between all of these things. Okay. Now, yeah, a lot of people are saying louder, right? Okay, let me check on my mic here. Okay, okay. Okay, I don't know if this is a little bit better. All right, great. Okay, so essentially, um, what is a digital product? So, a digital product is any kind of product that you can create easily through electronic means, through the internet for that matter, right? So, if let's say, for example, someone wants to buy a book and you are a writer and you create a book, if 1,000 people order for that book, it means that you have to create 1,000 different books and then ship them to these 1,000 people ordering for this book. And imagine it's going to take time for you to create 1,000 books, and then also shipping is going to delay because it's not going to reach them instantly. Let's say, for example, all these 1,000 people are coming from about, let's say, 20 different countries. You have to go through different mediums to be able to ship to them. However, if it's done electronically, which we would say an ebook, right? With an ebook, everybody can receive that book instantly when they click on buy. So if 1,000 people go on your webpage right now and they click buy, instantly they will all receive that book. They don't have to wait or anything. And you don't even have to create another book. It's just one particular book you need, and you'll be able to distribute it across 1,000 different people. All right. Yeah. So we have some examples here. We have software and apps, right? These are mainly done once, and from there they just, sort of maintain it. So let's say, for example, the platform you are using now for this call is Zoom, right? They don't go ahead and create new Zoom applications whenever somebody sign up. They only have one particular Zoom app. The software logic that they wrote for Zoom has always been the same. They just continue to maintain and improve on it, right? So they can use that particular software to service, millions of people without having to create another version of that particular product. Okay. There are also online tools. There are also calculators. I mean, if you even want to check the weather, sometimes you can go on Google, check the weather. You can go on Google, check the currency exchange rates. In Ghana, it's crazy. So I normally go on Google and then I'll check for, maybe $100 to Ghana cedis today. Yesterday, I made a transaction of about $75, and in my mind, I thought it was a particular rate. So I was like, okay, let me go on Google before I go on to make the payment. I checked on Google. I said, wow, okay, I need to pay more. Okay, so online calculators, online tools are all types of these digital products. Also, some people who specialize in photography and videography are also, adapting digital strategies to make money by creating stock videos and photos. Okay, so if you go to platforms like Envato, Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, they have libraries of photos and videos created by photographers and videographers around the world. And this content that they've created and submitted, they don't have to create another version of that. If 1,000 people download one particular picture, they will definitely get paid for that 1,000 times, right? But then if you think about the traditional way, anytime you take a particular picture for someone, for you to be able to make another money again, you need to go ahead and take another picture again. But with digital and being able to use digital strategies, you can just take one picture, make it available to the general public, and so many people can download it, and then you get paid. All right. Okay. So, sorry, too fast. Okay, back again. Okay, so what are some of the advantages of building a digital product? Okay, so we have so many advantages of building a digital product or going with digital. There are so many advantages, okay? But some of the few ones that personally, push me to go for this is low production cost. Okay, so you may not need to invest so much capital to be able to build a digital product compared to building a physical product. Okay, in this case, let's say for example, you want to build a filling station, a gas station, right? You're going to pay a lot for location, the equipment, licensing, insurance, the human capital and all that. It's going to cost you a lot. But if someone builds a software to be used by filling stations to do accounting, that person is building the software once and deploying for so many filling stations or so many gas stations, right? So the low production cost is really essential for digital products. Also, it's very easy to scale. Okay, so let's say you have a software in Ghana, right? Let's say in this case, like a filling station accounting software, and you've deployed it for a lot of filling stations in Ghana, and you feel like, you know what, I've been able to touch about 1,000 filling stations in Ghana. Now I want to move my business to Nigeria. All you have to do is just carry your software and go and deploy it in Nigeria. You don't need to go and acquire land, human licensing and all that. Maybe you would have to, take care of licensing and business registration stuff, right? But it wouldn't be as much as going to start a physical business in Nigeria, all right? Okay. Also, instant delivery. So if you have a product and it's digital, a lot of people can access it instantly. They don't have to wait for you to ship it or anything like that. It's live, it's online. As soon as somebody pays for it, it gets delivered to them electronically. Okay. Also, it's also environmentally friendly. Okay, so I mean, I am very particular about that because there's a lot of pollution going on now. It's destroying the environment, and I mean, that's another topic for another day, right? But if you are building a digital product, of course, the servers that your software or product is being hosted on may also be in a physical location. That may or may not be polluting the environment. But if we have a lot of digital products, it may minimize, the pollution and stuff a little bit, the carbon footprints and all that. So it's environmentally friendly. You don't have to package anything. You don't have to transport anything or anything like that. So no gases, nothing into the air. And of course, it reduces overhead costs. You don't need a lot of people to work in your company. All you have to do is just deploy and move on. All right. Now, all of this seems very easy to do, right? But then there's an underlying principle that I personally use in building a digital product, and it's not developed by me. It's called the lean approach. Maybe after the session, you can take a deep dive into what lean approach is, but I just have a brief on that. So according to lean.org, right, lean is a way of thinking about creating needed value, right, with fewer resources and less waste. So the important part is needed value, also with fewer resources and then less waste. So let's say, for example, you have 1,000 Ghana cedis and you want to build a business. I mean, if you want to build a physical business, before you even start, you've lost that entire 1,000 Ghana cedis, because how much will it cost you to even get a physical location for that matter? I mean, I've been hearing people, building containers to set up provision stores. And I've heard that these containers sometimes cost somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 Ghana cedis just to make the physical container, right? Before they also get a land where they are going to put it, which they pay monthly for it. They may connect electricity. They may have to do a whole lot of stuff before they're able to put up that provision store, and they have to go and get products put in that provision store and make sales. So before they even get started, they've crossed 15 to 20,000 mark, right? But if you don't have that amount of money, which even that business, I personally don't think is that viable. If you have 1,000 Ghana cedis or 2,000 or 3,000 Ghana cedis, there's so much, there's so much you can do when it comes to the digital space or building a digital product. All right. Now, the key thing you need to pick from this that I think is important is, you know, what the what problem the customer need to solve. Okay, so before you go ahead to build any digital product, it shouldn't be because you are motivated to do it, because you are passionate about it, or oh, people are saying you can really create softwares, or people are saying you know how to build websites, so you should do this. That shouldn't be your motivation. Your motivation should be what problem does a customer needs to solve, right? And I'm going to give you a typical example. I'm just going to open a web page here, which we are going to use as a case study for most of the things we'll do today. Again, this is going to be a bit more practical. Sorry, I'm talking too much. We are going to get back into the discussion zone, right? So I hope you guys can see this. This is examcenter.com.gh. It's a new product that we just launched, and it's basically a platform where BEC and WASI candidates can essentially get free past questions. That is the main offering over here. Okay. Now, back to our slide. What problem does a customer needs to solve? All right. So those going to write WASI and BEC. Let's even take, for example, the WASI candidate. You realize that for a period, about, let's say they have about 450,000 people who write BEC and WASI every single year, right? Let me just say WASI. Hold on a second. So we stay afloat. 1 second, please. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right. So back to this. So for over maybe 5 years or so, we have a ranging value of about 400,000 to 500,000 candidates who sit and write for WASI every single year. Now, out of this, more than 100,000 of these candidates fail in mathematics. And it's crazy because if you fail in mathematics, of course, you won't get admission to any school in Ghana, not even, I don't want to mention names, but not even the lowest level of schools you won't get, because the minimum grade required is A to C, and then the other version or lower people also consider D7. Now, if you get below D7, you are definitely not going to get a school. You have to write NOVDEC, and it's crazy. It stresses a lot of people, right? So we came up with an idea that why don't we provide resources that will help them to prepare? Because when we went online, we saw that a lot of platforms that were giving past questions were giving out for sale, so you have to buy, and it's a bit costly for students. So we decided to just, find a way to purchase a lot of these past questions and give it out for free, so students don't have to suffer the consequences of not getting material to prepare. And we have a lot of, vision for that particular platform. But ideally, you realize that that problem is leading us to, a particular solution, which is leading us to building a product. Okay. Now, the second part is who can build a digital product. And I don't know what you guys do. I don't know what individually you do. I don't know the skill set you have, right? So you may be asking, maybe I am a digital designer, or maybe I'm a web designer. And because of that, I am more lean towards digital. That's the reason why I'm biased towards digital products. But no, that's not the reason why. I also started off from school having the mindset to go and build a physical business, having the mindset to work full time, having the mindset to do what everybody else is doing, right? So there was a certain mind shift that, sort of pushed me towards this particular, space. Okay. So the answer is anybody, almost anyone can build a digital product. You don't need to be a web designer. You don't need to be a software developer. You don't have to have any idea about data analytics or anything like that, right? But there are some qualities that will make you stand out, and we're going to look at them, right? You need to be analytical. You need to be able to look at information and analyze it. It doesn't have to be like deeper analytics, right? Using tools to do analytics and stuff like that. But you need to look at information and be able to come up with certain problems that need solutions. Okay, so if you are talking to, let's say you go to buy wache all the time, and you realize that anytime you go out to buy wache, there's a queue there, and the queue is frustrating, and you wish there is a simpler way to get your wache in your house so you don't have to stress. You have to analyze that, go into your software that you use to do your, you put your ideas down and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to build a software that is going to connect Auntie Muni to my house in between with a rider that will pick my watch and bring it to me, and I'll just pay maybe a little 5 or 10 cedis extra to get my watch delivered to me, so I don't have to walk to the place, form a queue, and all of that, right? So being analytical is very important, okay? And also you have to be dedicated, because some of these things don't really happen like overnight. It's not like you build a product and as soon as you build a product, it goes live and you start making money. Money is like the last step, the last stage of the competition, right? The initial stage all the way to you get to the money is going to be tough. So you have to be dedicated and understand that this is a process you are willing to go through. All right. And then also you have to be resourceful. A lot of people are going to come to you to ask you for help in certain areas. And this is how you are able to tell what you can really build. A lot of people, if you are there, nobody comes to you for help in any area, I think you should sort of maybe change your friends, or maybe you should find out why people are not coming to you. Okay. So if people message you all the time, think about why they are messaging you. Because for about 2 years, I've been getting a lot of messages about, oh, I got this grade, how can I get to the university? I got this grade, what school can I get? I got this grade, can I go to school? I got F, can I get a school? I got a lot of these questions, so it led me to building certain products in that particular space. Because I sort of research a little bit about the questions they're asking me and give them answers that will help them, they keep coming back and referring some of their friends. And mind you, this is not paid. I'm not charging them to give them any information. You message me and I'll just reply. I'm not charging for anything. But it led me to building a product that can be monetized, right? And then from there, we started making some money from it. Okay. All right. And also problem solving, which is sort of intertwined with resourceful, right? So you need to be able to go around whatever problems people are asking you to be able to give them answers, right? That is very important. Okay, so how do I build a digital product? Guys, please bear with me. Very soon we're going to get down with this and go into a practical session, all right? So how do I build a digital product? Okay, so I think from everything that we've mentioned so far, we've highlighted some of these key points, right? You need to be analytical to be able to analyze information that comes your way. You need to be resourceful, problem solving. You need to be the person that people come to for certain type of, problems or for certain types of solutions, right? So if you realize that a lot of people are coming to you about this particular topic, it means that I can build something around this. Maybe a lot of people come to you to, maybe they want to buy a car, so they come to you like, oh, what car should I buy? What car should I buy? I have this amount of money. What car can I get? Oh, what car do you think will fit for someone who is a family man and has kids and live in this particular area? Oh, in Ghana, what's the best price of car now? these questions comes over and over again, and you realize that no, people are seeing this particular thing about me and they think I'm really a key person to give them information. That means if I build any product around this particular topic, I'm definitely going to get, far with it, right? So you'll be able to analyze that information, look at the pattern, and then you build a product around it. Okay. All right. Now, the steps to building a digital product, essentially, first you need to find a problem, sorry, and then you need to validate it. It's not every problem that you go solving, right? Because some of the problems already have solutions, so you don't really have to go solving it. Like, for example, if someone asks you, which platform can I list my product and sell and have delivery on top of that? You put all this together and it fits more or less like Jumia, it feels more or less like Gigi, feels like maybe Starry. I've seen some new e-commerce platforms doing stuff like this. So you realize that no, if I go out there to build a product to solve this particular pattern of problems, I'm going to face a lot of competition like Jumia, Gigi, these big brands that invest in millions into this industry, which you don't have. So what do? You say, okay, maybe I can build this product later. So you put it in your future plans, right? But you look for a sizable problem that you can solve right now. Maybe that person has a shop and they are looking for delivery opportunities to deliver their items in certain parts of Accra. And you can do that. You go with that for now, whilst you go ahead and then consider how you can build a bigger vision. All right. So it's very important that you find a particular problem and then you validate the problem to know if this is worth solving, if you can even solve it with the resources you have. Like, for example, you have 500 Ghana cedis now. How are you going to launch a product to compete Jumia Ghana? And you are just one person. You don't have a developer. You don't know how to code. You don't even know how to deploy a software. You don't know much about marketing. And you have 500 cedis. But you know a little bit about e-commerce. And somebody is asking your opinion. And because of that, you want to build an e-commerce marketplace. I'm not going to say that you fail because there are exceptions, right? But you get a pattern. You get the direction. It's more or less all us against you, right, in this particular fight. Okay. You need to find a solution. So after you've identified your problem, validated it, you need to go ahead and find a solution. Sometimes the solution doesn't come from you. There are so many times that I've built products that I'm not the one that developed the final product. I just have the idea, the solution I'm trying to come up with, and then I put all that together, and then I hire a developer to finish it for me. All right. So as I mentioned, I'm a designer. I'm not a developer. So I'll always need a developer to do the finishing of that particular product. Okay. So after you find your problem, you validate it, you need to find a solution. And in quest for finding your solution, you may need other people to actualize the final solution. So don't feel like I can't do this alone, and because of that, you're not going to execute. You need to find the people you need to bring on board to be able to execute and get that particular solution done. All right. And then you need to build an MVP. So an MVP is a minimum viable product, right? So every big product that we have now, from eBay, Amazon, Google, whatever that you can think of, they started small. They started from an MVP. And this is a way of even putting your product out with the same lean approach, where you're not spending too much, where you are using the needed resources available, you are solving a key problem, and you are minimizing waste. Okay, so with an MVP, let's say, for example, you want to build a platform that will bring all the schools in Ghana together so students can interact, right? But you don't have the resources to launch that. What can you do? Maybe you can start with just your district. Maybe you can start with just your city. Maybe you can start with just your region, and then now you expand from there. Aside that, let's say, for example, you are building a tool. In my case, we were building a tool that's going to serve as a resource platform where students can get information. First-hand information, not just past questions, right? But then we realized that for us to be able to launch, get people to come on the platform and then gather this information before we go live, with the final product in mind. We need to put out an MVP, which is the first version here. So if I scroll down, we realize that we have this section called lessons, right? So this lesson side, we have coming soon on it, which says that difficult GHS, SHS topics broken into simple and easy to understand, you know, lessons by expert tutors and college professors. So this is the vision. This is the main platform that we're looking to build, right? But we don't have all the resources at the moment, and it's going to take time to finish. So we are building that in the background. But we don't want to wait for so long before we launch. So we decided to launch a free version, which is the library, which the library gives you access to past questions for free. We are not charging for that. Okay. So by the time we launch our paid service, we already have a lot of users and a lot of people are already familiar with our platform. Okay, so that is what an MVP basically is. Okay. And the fourth option is for you to just test, launch, and then improve. Okay, so now we've tested this over time. We got into the launch stage, right? And we are now improving this platform, continuous development. That is what we are doing now. We are at the fourth stage. Okay. So that is essentially the entire process, or my process. Maybe other people have different processes, but that is essentially how I go about it, right? And that's basically it. We are going to move to the second part of this, where we are going to probably go through a few practical sessions. So this is essentially the presentation. If you have any question before we move up to the next session, you can put it in the comment section before we go a little bit up. Okay. Oh, there's no question, eh? Okay. Okay.
Hello, Alfred.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, I think so far so good. We're on calls, and then we've not gotten any uh, comments. I think the few comments that I've seen so far, they are giving you heads up, if I should put it that way, thumbs up. Yes, but there's a question here. Let me just
Okay.
from Claudia. Are all products? I think are all products supposed to be on a website? That's a question from Claudia Tete. Are all
Okay.
products supposed to be on a website?
Okay. Essentially, to answer your question is yes and no, right? So you don't necessarily need to own a website to have a digital product. There are a lot of digital products, or no, there are a lot of marketplaces and platforms where you can easily create a digital product and list it and make money, right? You don't necessarily have to go and create your own website to create a digital product. It's just that having your own website is also one way of creating a digital product. What am I saying? For example, if you create an ebook and you are selling it on you are using Paystack to sell it, or you are using any platform to sell it, you are not the one creating that platform. You are only creating the digital product, which is the ebook, right? But some people may go a little bit further and create their own website to list their own ebook to sell it, so they are able to manage everything themselves. But that is an extreme of it, right? You don't necessarily have to create your own website to do it. There are so many platforms you can, adapt to create digital products. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. I think there is a guy trying to talk. Ameyedowo. Yeah. Yeah, Isaac. I think there's a guy on here trying to pass on a message. I don't know if he's trying to say something.
Hello, Alfred.
Yeah.
Alfred.
Yeah, hi. I can hear you.
Okay, right. So I'm the co-host. Yes,
Yeah.
coordinating the days and yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
So
okay. All right.
yes,
Okay, okay, okay. Sorry. So I saw you were
yes,
speaking, so I thought you were trying to ask a question.
yeah, yeah. I think I forgot to unmute.
All
So
right.
there's another question here. Can an ebook site, sorry, let me see. Can an
Block down.
ebook site block down? I don't quite understand. I don't know whether you do.
Oh, I think the person is trying to ask, can an ebook site block downloads? If let's say if I'm getting
Yeah,
your
yeah,
question
yeah,
right,
yeah,
you mean
yeah, yeah.
if you
Block
list your
download.
yes. So if you list an ebook, if somebody can block the download so people don't pirate it or something, yes, yes. If you are listing on, let's say, Amazon, for example, it's not easy for someone to pirate it. It'll be difficult for the person to download for free. So it depends on the one you are using. However, maybe if someone buys it, they can go and list it somewhere else for free download, and that becomes the problem. So a lot of people are looking at, using various DMCA, claims to take down links and stuff like that. That has to do with like copyright issues, right? But then essentially, if you are listed on any platform, they are going to protect you from people pirating the content.
Great. So I think we can move to maybe this last question. Is there a way to secure my product to prevent people from sharing
Purchase.
purchased item? I think that's what you spoke about, that you need
Yeah,
copyright to
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so a
Thanks.
lot of people, yeah, sure, thank you. A lot of people
Hmm.
put certain signatures in these electronic products, right? So that when
Okay.
people pirate it, they can easily do a general takedown. Maybe in another session, we could look at that. There's a platform called DMCA, right? And you
Hmm.
can use that to do some of these things. I'm just going to share my screen with that so you can see that. I also share a link in the chat. I think I see another question, but let me just quickly show this here.
Okay.
Okay, so this is DMCA, right? And with this particular platform, you can use to do a lot of takedowns when it comes to copyright stuff. So if someone is pirating your content, even if you write a blog, if you write a blog post and you publish and someone copies it and writes it on their own website, maybe they even take 2 or 3 paragraphs from yours, and you can issue a claim from here and they'll have to take it down, right? So
Oh,
you
okay.
can always use this. I'll share a link in the chat as well. Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting information. So to the writers, please take it up and then make good use of it.
yeah,
Even if there are paid version, you can start with the free version and then
yeah,
upgrade.
yeah. I agree from there. I'm just
Yes.
going to share this in the chat so we all have a view of it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Okay, I see another question.
Yeah.
What are some low cost ways to promote a digital product like an app when one does not have a large budget, for example, billboards? In fact, if you are promoting an app, I mean, some people may attack me, but I don't think you should use billboards for marketing. I mean, in your initial stage, because the people you are looking for are already online. You need people who are on their smartphones, who are using the internet. So essentially, doing billboard ads may not convert hugely for you. It may get you out there. A lot of Ghanaians may know about you and stuff, right? But then it's not like they are going to see the billboard and is just jump to downloading it. So it's
Yeah.
billboard marketing will be something you do later as you've already, expanded to a certain level. But the low cost stuff you can do would be Google Ads, right? Advertising on Google, which you just pay
Hmm.
per click. So it means that
Okay.
when they advertise your products on Google, they are going to essentially charge you when somebody clicks your link. So let's say you are paying $0.02, okay, to $0.02 per click. It means that if you have $100 doing your marketing, you just divide that by 0.02 and you see the number of clicks you'll be getting. You could even go, a step further to improve the conversion rate by saying people should download before you charge me. So maybe per each download you pay $1 or 50
Mm.
cents. So it works in that dynamics. Also, Facebook and Instagram ads. TikTok is also doing well with content. There are a lot of influencers now that could charge you 500 to 1,000 Ghana cedis for a video, and it will convert. So you really don't have to spend so much on billboards and stuff. You can use digital mediums like Google Ads, social media to get a lot of people.
That's a great answer from Alfred to
Yeah.
Victoria. So Victoria, take it up and start. Hit the ground running, and you are good
Okay,
to
I,
go.
I see a young man's hands up. I think Ofori Boachi Adam has raised a hand. I don't know. Maybe they can put a
Okay.
question. And it's creating digital products. In creating digital products, is it advisable to always move with a swing of high market demands? Well, I normally just go with what I can solve fully, right? Or with the necessary resources or with the available resources I have, what I can essentially do. So, with a high market demands, it's difficult to tell what high market demands is until you actually do research. So that happens to come around the validation point. So when you find a problem that you are looking to build a digital product around, or a digital product around in this case, you need to first validate it by going out to do research. Now, at that point, you'll be able to determine if this is high market demand or low market demand, right? But even with a product that is low market demand, that low still has some people there. So if low means 1,000 people, you could still build a product for 1,000 people and you'll be able to make money. It doesn't have to be product that is serving like the whole country. For example, we are building a product for only senior high school students, and even with senior high school students, we are focusing only on those that are writing WASI and those that are getting into the university. So that's like a very tight niche. Okay. So you don't really need like the high market demand, right? But then you need a product that has some sort of validity with regards to people that are ready to pay for what you are building. All right. Okay. So, okay. So
So on that note,
Estelle,
we can move to the part two.
right? Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to demo something to you guys. I don't know if there are software developers here, but what I've realized is anytime you demo something, everybody just go out and build that same product because you are saying this one you'll be able to make money. So everybody will go out and build the same product. But
Okay.
there are a lot of mechanisms that make certain products successful for certain people. So if you just look at this, go and replicate it, you may be successful or may not be. In fact, I just wish you take the ideas and then based off your own experience build something in your own
Something
capacity.
different, unique.
Yes. Oh, I'm not worried you are going to copy me. No, 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 I'm not worried at all.
I
Yeah.
mean, the advice is worth it so that it doesn't look like
Yeah, like
uh,
you wouldn't take the knowledge, you just say, "Oh, this guy is doing this." I mean, we've all done that before. You see somebody
yeah.
saying, "There's a lot of money in this," and then you end up switching to that instead
Mm.
because, I mean, of course, if there's money in it, why am I going to build another thing? Let me just build the same, you know,
If
right?
there's a point to clone, why go from the
Go,
scratch?
yes, 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 yes. Okay, so before we get into the next session, I'm just showing something on the screen. I don't know if we all can see this, right? It's
Yes,
called
an
an iceberg.
iceberg.
Yeah, okay. Now, this iceberg, right? There's the top of the iceberg here, where we all can see, and there is the bottom of the iceberg, which is a bit deeper than the top. Okay. Now, They've used this iceberg model in a lot of scenarios. But what I need you to understand is whenever you see any product, any digital product, physical product, any influencer, whatever, anything that you see that is looking successful, what you are seeing is the tip of the iceberg or the top, right? But beneath that is the bottom of the iceberg where it goes deeper. So what you are seeing is just the top. It goes deeper. And what does that mean? So for you to be able to succeed in this field, right, you realize that you probably start from this bottom. You may start from this bottom under this ocean and build all the way up. Or you may start at the top here and build all the way down, right? But the bottom is very important because that is the only part that is holding this top part. All right. So if this bottom part is no more there, this top will not exist anymore. So it's very important to pay attention to the bottom of the iceberg. And what are the things at the bottom of the iceberg? We have engineering. All right. So if you are looking to build a digital product, you want to automate certain processes. You want to make sure that certain things are done automatically. And that is not visible to people who are using your product. All they know is, oh, if I go on Jumia and I buy something, they deliver in 48 hours. I think 48 hours is too long. However, if I call somebody on Gigi, they deliver it to me in like maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour. They say they are at Circle and the motor rider brings it. So I prefer going to Gigi to go and buy my product than going to Jumia because it's going to take a while. And certain situations, they'll even say you have to go to the pickup location to go and pick it. So in you building your digital product, you realize that even engineering the delivery time alone becomes a very key part for you to get a lot of customers. And that part is not visible. So it's at the bottom of the iceberg. It's not part of, you don't see that, okay? So that engineering goes to the bottom. Also, payment prices. How do we do our pricing? Maybe, instead of charging delivery for 50 Ghana cedis across, for certain distances, we are going to rather increase the price of the product a little bit and make the delivery like maybe 35 cedis. So the delivery doesn't look too expensive. Because, for example, I was trying to buy an item for 50 cedis and they said the delivery is 150 Ghana cedis. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to buy it anymore because how am I buying something for 50 cedis, but the motor rider is charging me 150 Ghana cedis to bring it to me? No, it's not possible. But if maybe the item was 150 and the delivery is 50, psychologically, I may be triggered to buy it because then I know, okay, delivery is not supposed to be expensive or costly than the product I'm actually buying, right? Okay, so with the iceberg model in mind, let's come back to this platform. This is cutoffpoint.com.gh, and I'm not supposed to do what I'm doing. I know some of my people are going to be angry at me, but I'm going to go back and fight them later. So, yeah, that's all right. Okay, so over here we have this platform where students can essentially go and then they'll be able to choose the certificate they have, which we have WASI here. They'll be able to choose the background. Let's say they did agric science. They'll be able to choose degree or diploma or certificate, right? They'll be able to also choose the school they want to go, KNUST, Ideal. We have different schools in here, right? So let's say you choose KNUST Ideal, which, of course, KNUST Ideal is the distance version of KNUST, which they have different campuses across the country. So you put your name in here, okay? So you put your name, yeah, and then you put your phone number, right? Let me just put my phone number. I mean, it's all right. Okay. Then you click on next. You're going to now put in your grades, which is your WASI grade. So let's say you got C4 here. You go, this is not my grade though. This is not mine. So I go with, in fact, my grades were nicer. So mine was like B2, right? Yeah, but I'm not going to go with mine anyway. English, social. Then you click on next. Elective subjects, you choose the elective subjects you did. Let's say chemistry, general Greek, elective maths. let's say biology. Click on next. Then you choose your grades for those individual programs as well, right? And you click on check for program. Okay, so it says that you offered agric science at the WASI level, you are applying for a degree program in KNUST ID, all right? So they give you a summary of all of the stuff that all of the grades you got in your WASI, right? And over here, there's a payment wall of 10 Ghana cedis. So you have to pay 10 Ghana cedis for you to be able to see the programs you qualify for. I'm just going to go ahead and pay for it. So let's just click on this. 1 second. Okay. So let's just pay for it. I'm just trying to demo the whole process so you see that it works. It's live. It's not, dummy. Okay. Okay, so I just paid for it on the phone. See successful. And then it redirects from here. And just like that, we have our grades, the programs that we qualify for. So BSc Statistics, BSc Petroleum, preschool program, right? So these are the three different programs that I qualify for at KNUST. Now at the bottom, it says you also qualify for two programs at GIJ, three programs at teacher training level, colleges of education, three programs at Ashesi, four programs at nursing training. Even if you go more, you see all the other programs you qualify for, even in the system. KNUST main campus, there's 16 programs here. Right now, this system, right, is developed by a team, so myself and other people that we've come together to build this particular product. But it didn't start from here. It didn't start from here. What you are seeing now is like maybe 3 years long of testing and iteration of different products for free before we came to build, this particular paid version. And I must say that we've gotten a lot of users over time. I don't want to mention how much money, how many users, because again, people are more calculative than, getting the idea. Anyway, so over here, you realize that we even have ads here accepting applicants at CAF University. This is an ad. So we have an ad here, which if you click, it will take you to a chat box with CAF Investing. All right. Now, this particular platform is not something that we have to always come and build. We've done the population of the data in here, somewhere like 2 years ago. And then all we have to do is every year come and update the cutoff points based on what the schools have published, right? And we have a disclaimer telling you that, the schools have their own discretion to selection, but this will tell you if you qualify for a particular program or not. Okay, so this is basically the user side, what the users see, which is the tip of the iceberg. Now I'm going to take you to, this is the part I'm not supposed to show you, right? But I'm just going to show you anyway, no worries. Okay. So, okay. Okay, guys. So I don't know if you all can see this, right? But we're on a page where you can see existing programs. It's a list of all existing programs, and this is for KNUST alone. All right. Now we have BSc Agriculture, BSc Bio, Agricultural Biotechnology, Agribusiness Management. These are all programs in KNUST, and it goes all on like about 89 of these, right? And we have listed each one with their individual cutoff points and their various requirements. And if we open, a little bit further for you to see this, I'm just going to show you this, right? You see that we have departments here, we have program type, the name of the program, read more link, which is even going to take you to further reading so that you will see more about this particular program. Okay. There's an apply button here, the cutoff, the core subject, minimum grade, elective, all the way to even the electives that you need to be able to pass the program. We've computed all that here before we update. And this is a lot of work. All right. This is a lot of work. So if somebody is on the front side of this particular platform, let me just show you. On the front side, they may just see, they may just see the user side and say, oh, I can just build this product also because all I need is to be able to build this, build that, and then you go through it. But then they don't know that for you to be able to even list one particular school, you need to list about 89 different programs in KNUST alone, right? And there are even more, right? There are even more. So if we have 89 different programs from KNUST, imagine University of Ghana and all the other schools that we've listed. So if you come here, you come to choose school. We have KNUST, we have IDL, CAF, UG, Ashesi, Heritage, University of Cape Coast, GIJ, Ghana Communications Technology, my school, Public Health Training Institution, which is nursing training, and then of course teacher training. These are all different institutions, and they all have so many programs and so many conditions to get into the school, which takes us back to the iceberg model. The part that you are not seeing, how everything is coming together, is at the bottom, right? But all that you are seeing, how the clicks and all that is going, is just at the top here. So you may see this and say, oh, they've not done so much work and they are charging 10 Ghana cedis. I tell you, we are doing a lot of work here. And I'm going to show you this other platform, which is linked to the same platform, Cutoff Point. We have written articles on various programs that are available in various institutions in Ghana. And we have these articles for almost every single program that we have listed on our platform. So if you go to programs and overview or programs overview, you see them here. You see all these programs, right? We have written on all of these programs, and these are all connected in the dashboard. So if somebody clicks on a particular program and they search and they find that, okay, they qualify for it, they can click from there and read more about that particular program. And all of this is done by myself and two other people, right? So we are only three. Okay. Now, we've done most of this stuff like just once. For example, all these articles, we are not going to come back and rewrite them. Maybe we may update them, but we are not going to come back and rewrite them. So we go all in maybe 2 months to do so much work, like intensive work, right? And then from there, we just go to the next level. And then we launch, right? Of course, this is a little bit too much, but I don't know if you get the whole idea. Okay, now let's go back. So the same idea or the same thought process is applied to this particular platform, which is also Exam Center. So you realize that over here, we have this platform here. When you click on Access Library, it's going to take you into the library. We have BC, we have WASI, right? When you click on WASI, of course, you see the various WASI options here, all available here that you can click to download. It's very simple, right? Now, this is what you are seeing, but on the flip side, on the back side, we're also doing a lot of work to compute all of this information to be able to have it available here. So I don't know if you get a whole idea, but it may look a little bit easier from the way I'm demonstrating, but then you still need to commit a lot of work to be able to build the actual products. And for some of us, I don't know if any of you guys here is a software developer, but if you are not, don't worry about it because I'm also not a software developer anyway. I just understand how to create softwares, I understand how they work and stuff like that. So I'm able to just assist a software developer to achieve the goals I'm looking for with the product that I'm building. Now, there's some important stuff that you need if you want to build such a product. Okay, so I'm just going to go into Notion, and then we're going to list them. One, you need to be able to, you know, gather your thoughts. Okay, so if you want to be able to build such a product, you need to first be able to gather your thoughts, put together everything you are looking to achieve, put it in a workable format, something someone can read and understand what you are trying to build. You need to have that information. I think I have a sample here. Let me see. Okay, so I have documentation here. I'm just going to show this to you. Okay, so you see here there's about, there's a vision, what goes into the admin, statistics session, add, update, and delete session, the algorithm, the checker code. Like we have different part of this particular product. In fact, some of these things I'm showing you are not even developed yet, but I've already itemized everything here. So whenever I come back to this, I can tell what stage am I, what I need to do, what needs to be developed, and stuff like that. If you are wondering what tool I'm using Notion. You can use Google Docs, you can use anything you use to write, you can even use your notepad. It's not a big deal, right? I just like to use Notion because it's what I personally like. So, yeah. So you need to be able to gather your thoughts, okay? And then you need to be able to have the ability to work with people, okay? So ability to work with people. Okay. Now, with the ability to work with people, of course, you are going to look for a software developer. That person may have their own way of working. They may have their own understanding of developing products and stuff. But you are looking for a particular thing. So you don't go ahead and just push everything down their throat. You just try to listen to them, meet them halfway, try to, let them understand your vision and stuff before you get into, the development phase. And you need to be able to come up with like screens. Let me just say come up with screens, right? Come up with screens. In the design world or product design world, we will just call that wireframes, right? So these wireframes, I'm just saying come up with screens so it's more understandable. So if let's say we take your products, the first screen, what is supposed to be there? The second screen, what is supposed to be there? All the way to when somebody pays, what's supposed to be there? So you come up with all that stages. You don't have to be like a great designer to design all of these individual stages, right? You can just be like make it basic as possible, and then you'll be able to succeed. The developer will definitely understand the idea you are trying to get. So if it's just small boxes, name, ID, whatever, you'll be able to itemize it like that, and you'll be able to succeed with that. Now, I'm not going to bore you too much. Let's look at other alternatives you can actually make money with your digital products aside selling to the users, right? I'm going to give you other ideas. So there is this platform called AdSense.com. Okay. Sorry. It's going to log into my account. No. Let me just go into incognito window and open AdSense. Okay. Or in fact, yeah. Okay. All right.
Alfred,
So
motivate us with your account. Motivate us.
all right. Anyway, so over here is AdSense, right? And if you go to AdSense, as you don't have an account, you basically see this, and it will tell you that you create, we help you in. It's such a nice, way to tell you that you're about to make money. Although it's not that easy, it's a bit wild. But ideally, over here, you get the idea. You'll be able to like sign up for AdSense over here. And then when you sign up for this AdSense, you'll be able to place these ads on your website or whatever product that you have. And then you'll be able to make money from it. So I'm going to give you a typical example. I have a website here that I'm going to share with you. It's called learningghana.com. Okay. So let me just click on any article here. Okay. All right. Let's see if there are any. Okay. All right. So this here, I don't know if you guys can see this, but where it says discover related topics, we have the PhD and stuff here. This is a Google ad. Because this is my own ad, I don't want to click it because they may also penalize you for clicking your own ads. So this is a Google ad, right? So if other people coming to your website clicks on this, of course you're going to get paid. In Ghana, the money is really really small. So of course you will not be making like $10,000 and stuff, but you'll be able to make some cool cash. I mean, to supplement whatever revenue you are making from other places, right? And of course, if you are getting a lot of traffic, that will mean you are getting a lot of money. For people who are writing articles that are driving traffic from US, UK, Europe, other parts of the world, they do make a lot of money, okay? But those that are generating traffic heavily from Ghana, is not easy because the ad rate is not that high anyway, or the CPC. So with AdSense, you can create an account, and then your digital product that you've developed, you can just have a small session where you put AdSense there, and you'll be able to make money with AdSense as well. And it's pretty simple to integrate. However, it's not that simple to get the account. So you'd have to first, if it's a blog you are creating, create the blog, launch it, have content on it. And then when you see that, okay, now you've gotten to a point where people are actually interacting with your blog, then you sign up and apply for AdSense because they are going to test and review it before they give you their account. All right. Apart from this, there's also the other part, which is a payment gateway. Okay, so I'm just going to show you Paystack because that's the one I use. This is a payment gateway that will allow you to accept payments, okay, from people. So if you are not using AdSense, or you are using AdSense but still want to, have a payment wall where people pay for certain information, you can integrate that with Paystack, and then you'll be able to receive, those payments in Ghana. I think you can't accept in dollars. So if you want to do dollar payments, that may be wild. I think Flutterwave accepts dollars, but in Ghana, I think this is the best to go with, right? You can check them out. And it's very easy and simple to also integrate. Okay. So at this point, if you have any questions again, you can share it with me, and then we get right to it.
Great, great delivery from Alfred in Kansas so far. We've learned how to build digital products. She has also demonstrated us that the beauty that we see is just a tip of the iceberg. There's so much work to be done. And that work being done is not strange. It's not rocket science. All you need is to start and keep trying. And the one last thing is he mentioned about building a digital product is you build, you launch, and then you improve. Probably may have to start all over again. By the end of the day, as long as you have not broken the cycle, you are not too far from success. Any other questions? We are concluding a session. I was asking Alfred, I was asking how much does
Does
AdSense
AdSense
charge?
charge? Oh, okay. So AdSense doesn't charge. AdSense actually pays you for putting adverts on your product or websites or application. So if they
Oh,
put
okay.
if you put AdSense on your platform, you'll be able to display adverts that Google want to display on your website. And then the money that is generated, Google will share it between you and them. Okay. So they don't charge. However, I think I mentioned something about Google Ads where you can use to do adverts. With that one, they charge based on how much you are willing to spend. So if you are willing to spend $50, then you divide it by how much you mentioned you want to spend per click. So if per
Great,
click is,
great.
let's say, 0.02, and you are having $50, you just divide $50 by 0.02,
Okay.
you get there. Are
It
you
looks like
there?
I'm losing your voice, so I'm the only person.
Oh, sorry. So I was saying that, so if you have, let's say, $50 and you want to do ads, okay, all you
Mm-hmm.
have to do is just divide the $50 by the amount of money you are willing to pay per click. So if per
Okay.
click is 0.02, then it's $50 divided by 0.02. So you'll be able to see the number of clicks you may get with the budget you have.
That's great. That's great from your end. Yes, the sessions are available on our YouTube channels, over Online Africa, Online Work Africa, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, you find them there. Yes, so you won't lose anything out. There are things there and other sessions that you may not have watched. They are all there. So you can go
Yeah.
to and find them. If you don't find
Yes.
them this week, next week you should find them there. Yes. I think one last question from Richmond is how effective is Facebook ad for a small business or for my small business?
It's very effective. How effective? Very effective. Because there are a lot of Ghanaians on Facebook, honestly. So if you are looking to market a small firm on Facebook, it will really convert. I do use Facebook for certain types of marketing as well. But try and also combine it with maybe TikTok and a bit of Google Ads, because still people go on Google to search for stuff. Where can I buy this? Where can I get this? So if you have Google Ads, it will also help you. But Facebook is really effective as well.
Okay, so as you said, the Bible is all things work for our good. So a number with the same coin.
Hmm.
Just that your pocket that will suffer small. But I
Yeah,
think the eventual results will make up for whatever costs you may have incurred. And so,
yeah. Just to
Alfred,
also add, oh, sorry, please go ahead.
yeah, no, finish. I was going to give a concluding remark. That's
All right. So I was going to mention that, I mean, not leaving you at this point and say go and experiment on your own. If you have any question at all regarding building a digital product, if you want to, if you have an idea that you are working on that you would want some assistance or anything like that, maybe something that's even beyond me. I mean, know someone or have access to other people that also probably above me that could assist you. So you can send me a DM on Instagram or connect with me and then share it with me and then we may touch base.
grateful. We are grateful for that such open door that has made available on this awesome platform. So please let's take advantage of it. He has opened the door to us. Let's take advantage before it gets closed.
Yeah.
If we get closed by the end of the week, so please put your right foot in early and fast. So, Alfred, we want to thank you so much for your time to share this awesome idea with our audience. We pray that they make good use of it and we all multiply for the good of humanity
Yeah.
and God. Thank you all. Let's have a
Thank you.
great
Thank you.
day. There are other sessions ahead. So
Yeah.
please
Do join.
watch
You
and
could
then
also
tomorrow.
join.
Yes, join them. Thank you, Alfred.
Thank you too.
Bye. Bye.